Good morning and Assalamu alaikum. We are working to make our Sun series more interesting, interactive and easy to understand. And this video will be a valuable resource not only for students but for teachers and parents as well, and will help you to understand the concepts more easily. I am your teacher and I welcome you all in your English lesson, and the book which we are doing is English book for grade 3. Let's see the competencies with respect to the curriculum: oral communication skills, listening and speaking, reading and critical thinking skills, vocabulary and grammar, and writing skills. But the breakup of these competencies according to this book includes oral communication skills, listening and speaking, reading and critical thinking skills, aspects of language, and writing skills. Here we are about to start a new unit, and it is unit 11 of this book. And the name of this unit is Keep Allah's Earth Tidy. So it is so important to keep our earth tidy, and we are going to learn how we are going to do that. With this unit, we are going to look at 15 different SLOs. The concept breakup with respect to competencies include oral communication skills, 2 concepts, reading and critical thinking skills, 3 concepts, aspects of language, 6 concepts, and writing, 2 concepts. With reading and critical thinking skills, we are going to look at some question answers, brainstorming, and factual questions. Here we have the text of the unit. Listen to the text very carefully.
Keep Allah's earth tidy, clean. Allah made it big and green. Save the plants and trees. Let's try. They deserve to live, not die. Practice the rest with the same intonation patterns with your teacher.
What a wonderful poem highlighting how to keep our earths tidy. Let's look at some question answers related to it. Why do we need to have plants and trees? What do you think? To keep our environment fresh and clean. Why should we take care of our earth? Why it is necessary to keep your earth clean? Because we live on that. If our surroundings are not clean and tidy, what will happen? We can get sick. If the environment is polluted, it damages our health in a number of ways. So it is so important to keep our earth clean, and even our religion put emphasis on cleanliness, and it says that cleanliness is half of our iman. So cleanliness is a very important virtue. The next question is, which things can we recycle? Can you identify some things which we can use again and again? Can you tell me? Yes, we can recycle paper. We can recycle some plastic things as well, and we can recycle them in a number of ways so that we are not supposed to make them again and again. The next question says, what is the earth like today? Earth is getting warmer, earth is getting dirtier, earth is getting more polluted because of our activities. So it is our responsibility to eliminate some activities so that we can have a fresher environment. The last question says, do you keep your surroundings clean? Discuss how. So in what ways you can keep your surroundings clean? Not to throw anything, pick up any unnecessary thing from your surroundings, plant more trees. There are so many things you can do to keep your environment clean, fresh, and healthy. The next thing is brainstorming. What do you mean by brainstorming? Brainstorming is a way of thinking to create new ideas. Whenever I say a topic, your brain starts thinking about that topic. And whenever we gather the ideas related to a particular topic, that is when we are doing some brainstorming and we are collecting our ideas related to that topic. Read the given topic with its ideas. Like the topic is importance of clean environment. And what is the importance of clean environment? Fresh air, healthy life, less pollution, and conserve resources. So these are all ideas which we can relate with this topic. So when we list up the ideas according to the topic, it means we are brainstorming. Time to think. Read the different ways to save the environment on internet. Share them with your classmates. So it's time to do some internet surfing. All of you have your phones and tablets at home with an internet connection, so use internet wisely and research about some ways that how to save our environment, in what ways we can save our environment, what positive things we can do to make our environment and earth a better place. The next thing is oral communication. In oral communication, we are going to look at weak forms of do and have, and then expressing needs and feelings. Here we have the first topic, weak forms of do and have. What does it mean? Let's see the explanation. Short forms of words are made by omitting some letters and adding an apostrophe. So we make some words short. But how we make some words short? We omit some alphabets and we add apostrophe to that. Let's see how. These are called contractions. When we omit words and we add apostrophe, we make contractions. Contractions are pronounced as weak forms in spoken English. Weak forms are syllable sounds that become unstressed in speech. So these words are called as weak forms because we have omitted some letters and we have added an apostrophe. So we are not going to stress on these words. Let's see some examples to make it more clear. Read and say the weak forms of do and have. Like we have will become we've. I have, I've. They have, they've. You have, you've. Did not, didn't. Does not, doesn't, and do not, don't. So these are the weak forms. Here we have a dialogue going on between Amna and Nida. You are going to listen to the dialogue very carefully. Nida, I am really feeling bad for my wrong behavior.
It's okay. I am happy because now we can share our things.
Yes, we can. It is good to share our things with others.
Thanks. Look, I am making a drawing.
Wow, it is beautiful. Do you need my color pencils?
Yes, I need green and blue pencil.
Sure, you can take them from my bag.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I hope you have enjoyed the dialogue. Let's move further. In aspects of language, we are going to look at some word meanings, glossary, possessive adjectives, joining words, simple present tense, and exclamatory sentences. Read the given words with their meanings. The first one is tidy. Tidy means neat, deserve, have a right to. Recycle means to reuse something again and again. Worth. Worth is the value of something. Here, the next thing is glossary. Remember, we studied about dictionary. It is something related to dictionary. A glossary is a list of words arranged in alphabetical order. You can look at your book. At the end of your book, glossary is given and it is always in alphabetical order, and it also tells you about meanings of difficult words of different units. Like, read the given glossary and notice the use of alphabetical order. So here is a glossary, atmosphere, and the meaning is given. Then climate change with the meaning, conservation, deforestation, ecosystem, fossil fuels, and litter. All these words are arranged in alphabetical order, followed by their meanings. The next thing is possessive adjectives. Possession words are used to show ownership. My, your, his, her, its, our, and their are possessive words. So here we have some example sentences and let's highlight the use of possessive words. Read the given sentences and notice the use of possessive adjectives. Your trophy is there on the stage. Sibgha put on her school uniform. The rabbit has finished its food. Amina and Sibgha respect their parents, and Hamid helped his mother in the kitchen. So the words which are possession words are highlighted in red and they are showing the possession with whom they belong to. The next thing is joining words. They are also called as connectors. So as the name indicates, they are required to join some ideas. When we are talking about 2 to 3 different things in one sentence, there are some words which are needed to join them. So joining words are words that join words, phrases or sentences. Let's see some examples how they are used. Read the following sentences to understand the use of joining words. I read poems and short stories. So 2 things are joined over here, poems and short stories. So and is a joining word over here. Do you like English or maths? Sarah was absent because she was ill. I am not a doctor but a teacher. So here are 2 things in each sentence and all these things are joined with some specific words. That is why they are called as connectors or joining words. Here we have the next thing is simple present tense. So let's see what does it means. Firstly, we are going to look at the structure of a sentence. As you know that we write different sentences with objects, verbs, subject and so on. Let's see the components more carefully. The sentence structure of simple present tense is, you are going to keep some rules in your mind when we are highlighting a simple present tense. That the first rule is affirmative. We have subject plus verb with S and ES form plus the object. We have 3 things in that. Subject, verb with S and ES and object. The next one is negative. Negative, as the word indicates, a subject with do or does not. Base form of a verb and object. Whenever you are going to highlight anything negative, you are going to add not with specific words. Then we have interrogative. Interrogative ones start with do or does, with the subject and the base form of verb and an object. So first type has 3 components and other 2 types has 4 components of a sentence. And other 2 have 4 components of a sentence. Let's read some given sentences. He plays cricket in the ground. He does not play cricket in the ground. Does he play cricket in the ground? So let's see some explanation regarding these sentences. The present tense indicates actions which happen in present, and the simple present tense is used to express regular or habitual actions and facts that don't change with time. So when we are talking about any action which is happening in present, we use present tense, and a simple present tense is something which is habitually and regularly going on. Let's see some example sentences. Habitual action. What do you mean by that? Habitual action includes the thing which you do habitually, which you do regularly. For example, Sarah drinks a glass of milk every day. So every day she used to drink a glass of milk. Then he visits the doctor monthly. So every month he visits the doctor. So it is something in routine. Regularly they are doing these things. Here we have some facts and universal statements. So facts means which we cannot change, which are made by Allah Ta'ala, and there is no doubt about that. So I have 2 facts here, that water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. This is the basic thing which cannot change. The next statement is the sun rises in the east. So the sun always rises in the east. So that is something we cannot change. So it is a fact as well. Let's move forward, and the next thing is exclamatory sentences. So exclamatory sentences show strong feelings or excitement. They always end with an exclamation mark. So as the name indicates that exclamatory sentences, so they are going to end on exclamation marks. And as you know that when we add exclamation marks, when we express our feelings and expressions in the sentences. Let's read the given sentences. What an interesting story! What an amazing victory! Ouch, that hurt! You did a great job. So all these sentences are showing some feelings and expressions. That is why they are ending on exclamation marks. Tick the exclamatory sentences. It is so easy to identify the exclamatory sentences because they are ending on exclamation marks. So you are going to tick only those sentences which are exclamatory sentences. What a beautiful home! I'm going to the market. How fast you run! How sad it was! What are you doing? So tick the exclamatory sentences. In writing part, we are going to see how to write a poem and completing a paragraph. So guided writing. Writing a poem using given rhyming words. As you know, my dear kids, that the main feature of a poem is that all the phrases end on rhyming words. So just like you read a poem before, you are going to write your own version of poem. And for your ease, pair of rhyming words are given. Clean, green, aware, share, earth, worth, know, and grow. Let me give you one example. We are supposed to keep our earth clean, to plant more trees and make it green. Here I have written two phrases and ending on the rhyming words. And this way you are going to continue the poem using the rest of the pairs of rhyming words. The second question says, fill in the given paragraph with the help of the word bank. There is a word bank given and you are going to put these words in the fill in the blanks. The words are clean, planet, pollution, trees, and save. So I am going to read the paragraph. You are going to fix the words yourself. Zainab was learning about how to save our dear Dash. Her teacher showed her different pictures about Dash and climate change. She also explained the importance of a Dash environment. She told her the ways to dash the planet Earth. Zainab and her classmates decided to plant more and more dash to keep their surroundings clean. So you are going to fix the words given in the word bank in the spaces given below. Dear kids, that is all about this unit. I hope you have learned some interesting and new things. Take a good care of yourself. Till then, Allah Hafiz.